Hi, everyone. I am so excited to welcome you to this course. I am thrilled that everyone has signed up. I think it's going to be a fantastic journey for all of us to go through together, and I'm eager to get started. So, a couple of things first. It's going to be broken up into a few different chapters. There will be 5 different chapters. The first will be an introduction. What is good posture? Why does it matter? What does poor posture mean for the rest of your life, and how does that lead to pain? All of those kinds of things. Second chapter, we will be getting into more of what do we actually do about this? What are the different kind of postural patterns we have? What do they mean? How can we start to change them? And I talk a bit more about the method that I use. In the third chapter, it will be getting down to, okay, what do we do? What's the method we're doing? How do we do this? How do we sit, stand, walk, sit at the desk? We're getting to all the nitty-gritty daily life things. And then in the fourth chapter, we will be doing more support exercises. So some resting exercises, some movement, physical exercises that will support the work that you're doing with your posture. And then in the last chapter, it will be, how do we sustain this? So what do we do going forward? How do we work on this every day? And about habit changing, because that's really what this is about, changing your habits. We've had these postural habits for so long. And what do we do with them? We have to slowly shift them. And it'll be, how do we do that? Also, you should have all gotten this information in your emails, but there is a Facebook group that goes along with this. And that is for us to support each other, to ask questions. I will be in there every day. I will be answering questions. So it is a place where you can post a photo of yourself trying to work on an exercise, or post a photo and asking, what does this pattern mean? That is a place where you can ask all of those questions, and you will get feedback from me. And you can also get feedback from each other, because that can also become really helpful as we go along. So that's just all the kind of intro stuff I want to take care of before we get into the other stuff. So what is posture? Let's just talk about that. What do I mean when I say that? So I think a lot of people think of posture as you're holding yourself in a position. But I like to think of posture as more of a dynamic movement. So we are human living beings. We are always moving. We are rarely ever still. So when I talk about posture, and how I will be talking about it through this course, is more of how we use our bodies every day, whether it's when you're sleeping, or whether you are sitting still, or walking, sitting at work, driving a car. So how we use our bodies, how our body moves in relationship to all the things that we're doing all the time. So when I talk about posture, it's not a static thing. It is just how we are using what we were given and how it's supposed to be used, basically. That's how I define posture. So that will come up again and again. So every time I say posture, think of just it in a more dynamic way, how we use our bodies all the time. So what is good posture? What is bad posture? So I'm going to get into that in the next video. But last thing I just want to say about that is good versus bad. What we're going to be talking about is there's an anatomy that we were born with. There is a structure and an alignment to the spine. And that is what we're going to be basing this on. It's going to be about your spine. What's compression in the spine? What's lengthening in the spine? What were we born with? What is it supposed to be? What does it end up as? And we're all going to focus in on what is our spine doing. So we'll get to that in the next part.